Greetings, I'm Bairnt and welcome to the One-Stop Co-op Shop. Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster. That's right, we're back to the settlement after taking out that Beast of Sorrow. That was such a fun fight. Now sadly, we lost a wonderful member of our group. Actually, I think our founding member of our group, Gold Moon. She was one person that actually was the one that started our civilization. She thought of the first word and all that fun stuff. But sadly, she is no longer with us, but that's okay. Now, when we last left off, we gained all our resources, but I didn't do any of the experience points or weapon proficiencies. So we're going to take care of that really quick. So our returning survivors, Alana, Riverwind, and Burm Everman, get 2 experience for fighting a level 2+ creature. So they're going to gain 2 Hunt XP each, which is going to be really good. Alana's going to gain a age milestone. Burm Everman is going to gain his 2nd age milestone. Now he's our savior, so he actually does have to take an extra Hunt XP, which isn't too bad. So we have to do 2 age events really quick. Now, we've seen this age event many different times. Our first person is Alana. She's going to be doing the first stage of our age event. She's going to be able to select a weapon proficiency and then roll on the table. So her weapon proficiency I have gone ahead and chosen is going to be shield. I know that seems weird because we don't have a shield, but don't worry, I have a plan. So she's going to change shield as her weapon proficiency, and I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 dice and see what she gets. She got a 15, which means she's going to be able to gain 1 random fighting art. Now I've got our fighting arts right here. I've mixed them all up. I'm just going to go ahead and give it one more cut, and we get to draw a random fighting art. She got double dash. During your act, once per round, you may spend 1 action to gain a movement. Oh, that's going to be really cool. All right, so she has the fighting art double dash. So I've gone ahead and wrote double dash right here, and it's just put right next to, hopefully remember all the stuff, use lightning bolt to gain a move action. So she's all set. That's her age event. Now let's move into Burm Everman. Now Burm Everman is going to be doing his 2nd age milestone. So he's going to be doing improved reflexes. The years have sharpened your reflexes. Roll on the table below. It's again 2d10. Let's see what we got. We got an 8. He's going to gain, 1 permanent strength. Oh, that's going to be perfect. So Burm Everman, our savior, not only has +1 accuracy, but he also has +1 strength. And of course, he has +1 luck. Oh, this guy's going to be awesome. I just wish he wouldn't gain all this age so fast. And the final thing we have to do is it does say right here, nominate the survivor that dealt the killing blow. That survivor gains a random fighting art. And that's going to be Burm Everman. So again, we're going to take our fighting arts, mix them up, and give them one final little cut and see which one Burm Everman gets. He got Tumble. It says, when something would collide with you, roll a d10. On a result of 6+, you successfully tumble out of harm's way. Instead, place your survivor standing on the closest space outside of the collision path. All right, we're going to write that down on his character card. So I've gone ahead and wrote down Tumble right here on his card, so we're all set to move into the settlement phase. Do you think our survivors are going to make it through the settlement phase and build some awesome equipment and hopefully not lose all that awesome loot we have? Then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop. So again, if we start moving down our handy dandy card, we did our setup, our survivors have returned. I do have to heal all our survivors. I have to erase all the damage they have taken. I will do that shortly. Then it says we get to gain endeavors. And we get 1 for each returning survivor. So Riverwind, Alana, and Burm Everman get 1. Now we get 2. Sadly, Gold Moon didn't make it back. And then we get 1 more because of our cooking innovation. So we're going to put those all right there. The next thing we have to do is update our timeline, draw a settlement event card and resolve it, and then trigger any story and settlement events on the timeline for this year. So we are going to be moving into Lantern Year 11. Wow, we're doing really good. Okay, we have to do a settlement event, and then we have to do the story event Regal Visit. So we're going to go ahead and draw one of our settlement event cards. I'm just going to mix them up just a little bit more, and we're going to draw a settlement event. We're going to draw this one right here. We got, what's this? Stranger in the Dark. Oh my gosh, look at all this. It just says roll a d10. So we're just going to roll a d10. I'm not even going to read all those. We're just going to roll the d10. It's all black up here. I'm guessing this is not going to be all that great. All right, let's see what we get. We got a 7. So right down here, 7. 7 or 8. The stranger calmly explains that he has always been in the settlement. Gain 1 population. The new survivor has the 0 presence. Secret fighting art. Wow, that's awesome. So this wasn't bad at all. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. So now, sadly, we have come to the end of this page. We don't have any more room for people. So I've actually gone ahead and I'm going to start using a new book. My wife got me for this for Christmas. This is awesome. So we've got this really neat leather-bound book that I'm going to write our new characters in. And right up here, we have our new character, Fistendantilus. He's a male. He's going to be our newest member of our civilization, and our population remains at 11. We lost Goldmoon, but we gained our new guy, Fistendantilus. Now at this point, we are going to have to deal with the Regal Visit. And here's the picture that goes along with it. And as usual, this game is not for kids, so kids should not be watching this. But here is the Regal Visit. He has come to our civilization. So here's our story event, Regal Visit. The hand strides into the settlement. The survivors' thoughts vanish as they fall to their knees, struck dumb by its glorious, incomprehensible presence. Add the hand to the Nemesis Encounter list. Add Nemesis Encounter, the hand, level 1, to the timeline 2 years from now. The hand begins the inspection. So here is the inspection. I have to roll a d10. Now, our timeline is already updated. The game itself already writes all this stuff in, so I don't have to do it. But we do have to roll on our inspection table and see what happens. We've got a, oh, it rolled off the book. Let's roll it again. We got a 3. Oh, I bet that's going to be absolutely terrible. It says in one swift motion, the hand draws its sword, cleaving the lantern oven and 4 survivors asunder. Suffer 4 population loss and return the lantern oven to the innovation deck. Challenge the hand to avoid this loss. I have a feeling we're going to be challenging him because that's pretty devastating. Also with a 3, if we had to accept the Darkness Society principle, the hand would present us with 2 infants and gain 2 population. But we don't have this principle, so that doesn't play an effect. Now, to prevent ourselves from losing that population and that innovation card, I can choose to challenge the hand. And he accepts your challenge. Add Special Showdown, the hand, level 1 to the timeline this year. After the showdown, heal the returning survivors, then resume this year's settlement phase at the update death count step. Do not gain endeavors, draw a settlement event card, or advance a lantern year. So that's the choice we have to make. So I think the choice is pretty apparent. We're going to probably have to challenge this guy because I can't afford losing the lantern oven. I mean, the lantern oven, what does it even do? I'm sure it's awesome. What does it do? Lantern oven. Well, it gives us heat and it gives us a survival. Yeah, I don't like losing innovations, and 4 population is a lot of population. So we're going to go ahead and challenge this guy, meaning we're going to have to fight him in a special showdown after this settlement. Next, we have to update our death count, and yep, you got it. Goldmoon is dead. So we're going to go ahead now and into the check milestone and story events. We don't have any of those. We're going to develop. So I'm going to go ahead and take all our endeavors, move them over here with all of these resources. So let's quickly go through what we have. So here is a mountain of resources that we had from defeating that Beast of Sorrow and all the other events that went along with it. We have a Lonely Ant, some fresh acanthus, and iron. I've put these over here because I don't think I'm really able to use those. Of course, I can turn these into the dried acanthus, which I probably will do. But for now, they're going to be sitting right over there with our Lonely Ant, who is probably not going to be used either. Now, I've put these separately, an organ, a bone, and a hide. We're going to use these and 1 endeavor to innovate this turn. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take one of our endeavors, put it there, and we're going to innovate, which means I get to draw 4 cards from the top of this deck, and we get to see what we get to innovate. Okay, we're going to cut it one last time, and we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, and see what 4 innovations we have that we can choose from. We can choose from pictography. At the start of the Survivor's Act, they may decide to skip their activation and run away. Oh, that might not be too bad. I could almost run away from, from the event I'm about to have. After a hunt event is resolved, a survivor may decide it's time to go home and run away. Add pictography consequences to the innovation deck. Our next one is storytelling. I can boost my survival limit, use 2 innovations to gain understanding, or 3 insanity, or I can trigger the white speaker. I have no idea what that is. All right, let's see what else we have. Clan of Death. The enduring strength of your clan passes. All newborn survivors gain accuracy, strength, and evasion. Wow, that's really good. And we have scrap smelting. This is, I can build a blacksmith. Oh, I bet that's going to be really good. But it takes 6 bones and 3 scrap. Wow, that's a lot. And I can turn scrap into iron by using this. Wow, there's some really good innovations that I have to try to think of what to take. We've been having a lot of death in the family. I think we're going to be using this Clan of Death. I think this is going to be the innovation we're going to take. I am not going to take these 3, though that running away one might be pretty good. So these are the 3 I chose not to take. If you think there is one in here that is absolutely a standout thing I should be taking instead of the Clan of Death, please let me know and I will probably change it out. But for now, this is our choice. We're going to be adding the Clan of Death to our innovations. And we're going to add these 3 back into the innovation deck, and there's nothing new to add. That one was like the end of like a chain, I guess. So there are no new innovations to add to our innovation deck. And now with that done, we have to decide what we want to do with all these resources. We have a lot of different things we can build from. I think the first thing I want to look into is our leather worker. Our leather worker is big time. I really think we need to be using that. So we're going to go ahead and spend our 1 endeavor, and we do have ammonia. So we're going to do this leather making. Spend any number of hide to add an equal number of leather strange resources to the settlement storage. Now, I'm not going to pull out the leather strange resources because I'm just going to start using them. So we're going to go ahead and start using these leather resources. We're going to start up here by using a scrap and a leather to make a leather mask. So we're going to use 1 leather and 1 scrap. So we're down to 4 scrap that we have inside our resource storage. Now we're going to keep on going. I'm going to go ahead and use a leather and a hide. So we're going to take this leather and a hide. Now, of course, they don't say leather on them, but I'm just turning them into leather as we go here. Leather and a hide. We're also going to do leather and a bone. So we're going to go ahead and use leather and this bone to make the next piece of armor. We're then going to take a piece of leather. So we're going to go ahead and use that. And then our last one is a leather and hide. So we're going to use a leather and, oh, I think we're going to go like this. We're going to use this leather, and then we're going to use this as a hide. That's going to be what we're going to do. So we've gone ahead and created an entire set of leather armor here. Let's just make sure I did that right. I have a hide, leather, leather, leather bone, leather hide, and leather. Yes, we've gone ahead and created an entire set of leather armor. That's absolutely awesome. All right, now the other thing I could create is this leather round shield, which is my plan. We're also going to use leather and a hide, and then we're also going to use 1 more bone to go ahead and create our shield. So we're going to pull those items out. We have our leather boots, which have at the end of your act, you may move 1 space. Now that's if these 2 greens are connected. Because they have the puzzle pieces down here, it means it has to be those 2 right there. It can't be any of the other ones. Do I have anything? I don't think anything else in here does that. Now this one, of course, when you depart, you gain 2 survival. When you depart, you gain 2 insanity. This is just a regular level leather cuirass. This is a leather skirt, just nothing extra. And then here's our leather shield. Add 1 to all hit locations. Absolutely awesome. Block 1. Spend an action to ignore 1 hit the next time you are attacked. Lasts until your next activation. You cannot use block more than once per act. So this is our full leather set and our round leather shield. So we're going to go ahead and put those leather cards right up here with the rest of all our gear we have. And we have gained the leather armor complete bonus. It says add 1 to all hit locations and I ignore bash. That's going to be awesome. So we're going to go ahead and put that there as well. So what we have left is 2 things, 2 organs, 4 bone, and then some of our extra stuff. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 of these dried acanthus. It's going to cost me 2 fresh acanthus. We're going to make those 2 things using our organ grinder right here. I can use, what is it, dried acanthus. I have 1 fresh acanthus, so I can make some dried acanthus. All right, now, there's only 3 of these in the box. You only get 3 of everything, except I believe the paired weapons, I think you get 4 of. But, so I can't make any more than 3, I don't think. So we're going to go ahead and take those. He's going to go right into the storage. I don't think I'm going to use that. I'm not going to use this or this. Those are going to go into the storage. Now, I can also make some stuff here. One thing I want to do is I want to make some monster grease. Now, I could make a frenzy drink with this, which I could consume to have him gain frenzy for the entire turn, or encounter, but I'm not going to do that. We're instead going to use this to create some monster grease. The last couple things I want to create is I do want to make a claw head arrow. It's slow ammo and I need a bow. You must have a bow to activate this in your gear grid. Now it says here, if you hit, monster gains -1 evasion token once per showdown. So I can go ahead and launch this at him. So we're going to make that, and it's going to cost us from our Catatarium. It's going to cost us, I think it's 1 lion claw. So we're going to use our lion claw to create the cat head arrow. And our final thing we're going to do is we are going to create another bone dagger. That's right, I'm going to get another dagger person out there. And we're going to use a great cat bone in order to do that. Because according to our Catatarium, no, it's not our Catatarium, it's the bonesmith. We need, in order to make a bone dagger, 1 bone. Another reason I like these is they're not frail, they're not going to break. We're going and fighting now a lot of things that are having a lot more hit locations that are not suitable for frail weapons. So I don't want to do any more of those. Like our bone axe and our bone blade are both frail. I could make a bone club maybe. 1, 2, 3, it would use all those. And I think I want to keep these elder cat teeth because at some point I can use those elder cat teeth to create this. An elder cat or a cat fang knife, but I needed 4 organs, which is something I didn't really decide I was going to do. We're probably going to go back after some of these white lions eventually because there's some stuff in here I think I'd really like to try out. But for right now, here's what we're going to make. We're going to put these into storage. I don't think there's anything else. If you can think of anything else that I should make before going out on this, well, before I go ahead and take on that, what is it? The hand, which I'm probably going to get killed, you go ahead and tell me in the comments below. But this is what we're going to craft. I hope I did a good job. Now the only thing left to do is I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 endeavors left. One other thing I forgot to do is after I went and gave everybody their hunt XP, I forgot to give him his weapon proficiency for his katars because he hit quite a few times with those katars. Now sadly, I don't think Riverwind ever hit with his fist and tooth. If I'm wrong, please let me know, but I don't think he ever, wounded with his fist and tooth. He hit quite a bit, but he didn't wound, I don't think. So I forgot to put that there. Now we've got 4 more endeavors and really there's not much left to do. All of our things down here is weapon crafter I could build, which probably is something we should do pretty soon. Leather worker, I can do a harvest ritual. Spend any number of monster resources to draw an equal number of basic resources. We don't need to be doing that. Let's see what else we have. A stone circle, settlement location. I've already built that. We can share experiences. Nominate a survivor who has 2 or more hunt XP than yourself. They describe illuminating detail, their desired death. If you're not deaf, gain 1 hunt XP for their story. If the nominated survivor has a shattered jaw, gain an insanity instead. We don't need to be doing that, and we don't need to be making, well, we already made the leather. So the only thing left to really do is auger, and that's going to be probably the thing we're going to do. So we got to find the auger one. Which one's that? That's right here. Organ grinder. We all know what this thing does. So we're going to go ahead and nominate a survivor. And let's see your roll on the table. Add +1 to your roll if you have 3 understanding. I don't have anybody that has 3 understanding. So we're just going to start rolling. I got 4 of those endeavors. And of course, if we roll a 1 through 3, I lose a resource from my settlement, but I gain an understanding. So let's see if there's anybody close to reaching an understanding milestone. Riverwind is. But is Riverwind ever going to, well, he might still go on some, he's got a shattered jaw. I don't know if he's ever going to be able to do anything. Tinkerer. He can explore, add well, he'd become a tinkerer because he's in the village, right? Or analyze, look up the AI card. Yeah, he'd become a tinkerer. Gain 1 endeavor when you're returning survivor. Not too bad. All right, let's see here. What are we going to do? Yeah, why not? We'll have Riverwind do it. He'll take the place of Goldmoon as our person that's going to be auguring. So he's going to roll on the D10 and see what he gets. He got a 3. So he is going to lose 1 of these, and I'm also going to have to lose a resource. And he does gain 1 endeavor. I'm going to lose the lowly ant. All right, there's our resource we're losing. We're going to go ahead and do it again. Now, I know I'm supposed to do the understanding milestone or story event. We'll do that after we finish this. I just want to roll these up real quick. So we're going to use another and see what we get. We got a 4. That's nothing, but I do get to add 1 now because now his understanding is 3 or higher. So it's a 5. Still nothing happens. We're going to take another one. We're going to roll it up. We got a 6, and that's a 7. I get to gain a survival. I shouldn't say 4 is nothing. He's gaining survival, but he's going to be at max survival when we get out of here. All right. And the last one we got, and see what we get here. We got a 1. Oh, we lost another resource. Which resource we're going to lose? I think we're going to lose Fresh Acanthus. So he has gained 2 understanding. We got no population out of that. That's too bad. He gains 2 understanding. We're going to go through and have a milestone. I'm going to go ahead and archive these. And that's going to be our augury attempt, and that's really our development phase. That's really all we have. So let's go ahead and deal with our understanding. So during the settlement phase, we have Epiphany. We've gone ahead and read this already. Gold Moon had this happen to her. So we're going to go ahead and just roll our D10 and see what happens. Now, of course, I do gain the Tinkerer ability here, but let's see what else we get. We got a 5. So I do gain +1 endeavors this settlement phase. So I'm actually going to be able to augur one more time. So Riverwind is going to gain Tinkerer, and we're going to roll another D10 and add +1 to see if we can augur. Let's see what we get. We got an 8. All right, that +1 extra endeavor from our insight gave us the ability to actually go ahead and have an intimacy story event. Now, of course, we've probably seen this one more than any other thing in the book. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll 2d10 because we do have the extra. You can take the one you like the best. And we got a 10 and a 1. Well, guess which one we're taking? You got it. We're taking 10. Now, we already have that savior, the birth of a savior, so we can't have the birth of a savior. Instead, we're going to have the settlement celebrates a twice fortune event. A pair of healthy newborn survivors enter the world. The settlement gains +2 population. Oh, that couldn't have come at a better time. So again, we have our new book that has all our people in it. We now have Silvara and Flint have also joined our settlement as newly acquired children. They do get the +1, actually +1 strength and +1 evasion, of course, if we decide to keep that innovation. So those are our 2 new survivors. We're going to keep on moving on here. This is going great. All right, now I think that's about all we have left inside our development phase. So we're going to move into, the Prepare Departing Survivors. There is one more thing we need to do before we depart with our survivors. I forgot that Vista and Tantalus is supposed to take 0 presence secret fighting art. Take a look at this. It says gain +1 strength when attacking a monster from its blind spot. And whenever you attack a monster, you are always considered to be in its blind spot. Wow, that's fantastic. Now, of course, we got that because when we read through this, I forgot to actually get it for him when we went through the settlement event. So there we go. Let's go see what our departing survivors are going to look like. So our first character is going to be Mina. She's going to go out and attempt to take on the Hand. Now, one thing I forgot to do is during the intimacy event, I should have nominated 2 survivors. I forgot to do that, and it didn't matter for that one because they weren't actually going to be part of it, but in the future, I have to remember to do that. Also, I do have this innovation that I've been forgetting about as well, whereas the people I nominate, I can give them surnames, and they can take some of the weapon proficiencies. Now, there's only one person that really has weapon proficiencies at this time, if I don't stumble over my own words, and that's going to be Burham Everman. And I don't think I'd ever have him do any of the intimacy events, because the last thing I'd want is him dying in that thing. So anyway, we're going to get back to here. We have Mina. She's going to actually have 5 armor on absolutely everything. She gets 3 for all the pieces of leather she has, and the leather armor here says that I get +1 to all hit locations. That's awesome. And on top of that, I also have the shield that gives her 1 to all hit locations. So she's carrying a shield and the bone blade into combat. She has a Stratocanthus just in case she needs it. This is going to be hopefully our person he attacks the most. I'm probably going to have him standing in for her and standing in front as much as I can. She also has monster grease, which is going to give her evasion. So I'm hoping that this character can do some real good taking of the damage. That's going to be my plan. Now, she also starts with 2 insanity because of her, her leather mask, and she gets +2 from her Dridecanthus and leather bracers for survival, and the settlement itself automatically gives 4 or 5 survival. I have to figure that out. So she's at the max of 7 no matter what. So that's going to be Mina. She's going to move on in. All right, next we have Asha. She again is kind of taking that utility role and potential archer. She now has the entire rawhide set, and she has the catgut arrow, the cat eye circlet, and she's got the catgut bow. So I've given her all her armor over here. She has 2 on everything and 3 on the head because of her lioness headdress. And of course, she now has the rawhide armor, which gives her +1 to all hit locations, and she's the one that's going to be able to gain her survival back, which is good because I use that cat eye circlet a lot. Now, she starts with 7 survival. I get 1 because I named her, 4 from the settlement itself, so we have 5. 5 survival from departing survivors. We also get 5, 6 here, and 7 there, so she has her max survival. And Steel here is taking over our Knuckles. He's going to be our beast knuckle hitter guy. He doesn't actually have a full set of something. We need to work on the screaming set. Maybe we'll go for that next time. He's got all the screaming set that he can get, but he does have the rawhide boots. He starts with only 6 survival because, of course, he gets 4 for the innovations, 1 for naming him, and he gets 1 for his rawhide boots. Now, I did give him the bandages just in case. I don't know what this thing's going to do. And he has the lucky charm. Why not? Give him +1 luck, even though most of the time you can't critically hit these kind of creatures. But that's okay. So he is all set to go. And last but not least, we have Palin. He's also going to go in as well. He's got 3 armor to everything. He only gets 5 survival, 4 from the innovations and 1 for naming him. So he gets 5 survival because none of this is going to actually give him any extra survival. But he does have the full White Lion set, which of course again is going to give +1 to all locations, and he does so much better with his daggers and katars, +1 speed and +2 strength when attacking with these. And I've given him both of the bone daggers with the blood paint in between, so he can activate both these bone daggers when he goes in and attacks. And he's going to be gaining +2 strength because of the monster tooth necklace. So he has 3 strength when fighting with these bone daggers. So I think this character is going to be set up pretty well to handle some of the stuff that's going to be coming at him. I hope he does pretty well. We will find out when we fight the Hand. So there you have it. I've gone ahead and archived our resources. I've wrote them down here. I've got our Eye of Cat, Great Cat Bone. I put the Elder Cat Teeth down here because that's kind of a nicer item. So in case we really need to use bones, then we'll use it. Otherwise, it's kind of a legendary little thing. So I don't want to get rid of it too early. We also have our iron. And here's all our items that we didn't decide to bring with us on our fight. I'm supposed to write them, I think, on the gear storage here, but I don't ever do that. I just kind of keep them all together in the box like that. And if I ever have any damage to the gear storage, we'll take care of it then. But I do keep them separated from what we actually take out on our adventure when we go hunting or to special showdowns, which we're doing now against the Hand. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the settlement phase. It was a lot of fun. I think we did pretty good. We got some more population, but of course now I have to take on that Hand. It'll be interesting to see how that works. Now, I have not actually finished the Hand. I built him. I'm working on painting him up, so he should be ready really soon, and we'll be going into it. Of course, I also want to make some new survivors for the gear that we have just acquired, so that'll also need to be taking place as well before we can get to that showdown. I'm really excited to get to it, so I'm going to be working on that really hard. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the Hand fight comes out. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. Did I do a pretty good job on the settlement phase, or were there some things you think I should have done differently? I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Now, if you think our survivors can take on the Hand and win, well, or lose, or actually, maybe it's a good fight or a bad fight. We'll see. It's going to be a really, really interesting event. All right, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.